Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that.
See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Happy Wednesday to you here at Bronco Nation News Live at BroncoNationNews.com. Great show planned for you today. Chibuzo Agbo from the Boise State men's basketball team is going to join us live here shortly in about 10 minutes or so. So tell your friends and pass the word. We are a YouTube and Facebook exclusive show today. So we're trying to build the YouTube following a little bit. So we're going to try to start doing less broadcasts on Twitter and more on YouTube. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It takes about 5 seconds right there at the bottom of the page. Hit that like button, and we'd love to get the likes up and the subscriptions up. We're making a push towards 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Help us get to 3,000 YouTube subscribers as we expand the channel here and continue to cover Boise State athletics and who knows, Mountain West athletics, and who knows where we can take Bronco Nation news. But help us subscribe to the channel, and we're continuing our series this week. And we want your questions for Chibuzo Agbo. All week we've been talking Boise State basketball. No, there's not an earthquake going on. I just kicked the table. Sorry about that. But all week we've been reviewing the Boise State men's basketball team and looking at who's here, who's coming back next year. We got the NFL draft tomorrow as well. Mike Prater will join me tomorrow. Jay Tust on Friday. We'll really dive into the NFL draft the next couple of days. And then on Monday, we'll already start our off-season football series. So tons of off-season football talk begins on Monday, but we're finishing up with basketball this year, and we want your questions for Chibuzo Agbo. We've already talked about Jace Whiting, Mo Silla, Kobe Young, RJ Keene. We saved the kind of three returning starters, the three heavy hitters. They get their own day, and as a treat for you on Bronco Nation News Live, all three of them are going to join us live the next 3 days. So Chibuzo Agbo will be live here today. Then we'll have Max Rice live tomorrow, and then you will have Tyson Degenhart on Friday. So 3 live interviews the rest of the week. Make sure you're here at 9 a.m. every day on Bronco Nation News live here on our YouTube channel. So again, make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like this broadcast to help us on the algorithms and things like that. And we would love to have you continue to join us every day this week. As I said, Max Rice live tomorrow, Tyson Degenhart live on Friday. So we're going to get to Chibuzo Agbo and our basketball talk, the NFL draft talk as well. But do want to remind you, we're broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up today at your local gas station or grocery store. Our title sponsor is RowPaint.com. They're scheduling for those concrete coatings 5 times stronger than epoxy. They can do the one-day install. Check them out. Transform the look of your old, ugly, stained concrete slab at rowpaint.com. Lithia Ford of Boise. Love Lithia Ford of Boise. They will buy your used vehicle even if you don't buy from them, and that's rare these days. So if you're looking to buy a vehicle, obviously I hope you go to Lithia Ford of Boise. I highly recommend their service, their staff. Great time there when our family purchased our F-150. But if you don't want to and you find a vehicle somewhere else, which I doubt, then they will still buy your used vehicle. So get more information, view their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com or drive on in, and their appraiser will give you a cash offer on the spot. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check them out as well. The best in mobile e-branch online banking, ICCU.com. And they're providing golf gloves for our golf tournament that's coming up on June 2nd. More on that later. But if you want a nice brand new golf glove, ICCU is going to take care of you on June 2nd. If you're looking for a new job, how about transportation compliance service? How about getting into the trucking industry? I highly recommend it. It's a booming industry right now coming off the pandemic. So transcomservice.com, all the permits, all the things you need to get out there towing that first load in no time. And I'm talking the big rig on the screen or the Amazon truck in your neighborhood. Check them out, transcomservice.com. If you've been with us all week, I've been dealing with a hoarse voice. It is getting a little better today, but it's not perfect. So I do apologize for the little bit of the raspiness here. We're getting over it. Hopefully by tomorrow we will be good to go. But again, get your questions in. We'll try to get to all the questions that we can. Anything you've ever wanted to ask. Chibuzo Agbo, Texas Tech transfer, came over to Boise State. He's going to join us here in about 7 minutes, and we will get your comments and we will get your questions to Chibuzo here shortly. So again, make sure you're subscribing to our channel, please. Make sure you're liking our channel. We're making a push towards 3,000. Help us get to 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Definitely want to get there by football season. We'll see if we can get there better earlier and sooner. Sky says, looks like the laryngitis is improving a little better. Still doesn't feel perfect, at least for me, but it's going really well right now. And we appreciate everybody. And again, we're continuing our off-season basketball series. Chibuzo Agbo, 11.5 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game. Really impressive from three-point range as well last year. 66 of 164, 40.2% from three. He was second on the team only to Max Rice in both those categories. Third on the team in minutes played as well at 1,003. Averaged almost 30 a game, just under that 29.5. As everybody knows, kind of got off to the slow start early in the season, really got it going, and was one of Boise State's best players for much of the season. So I think he's going to be a huge key, a huge piece to this team moving forward, Chibuzo Agbo. So if you have any questions for him, get those in. Any comments, get those in. And he's going to join us here very shortly, and we will get those to you. And I see him jumping into the system right now, so we'll get that queued up and tell you quickly about a couple of our sponsors and go right to them. You looking for a new dentist? How about Boise Dentistry Co.? Check them out, boisedentistryco.com. They got locations across the Treasure Valley, 5 in fact, and they can help you out. Full family dentistry, help out the whole family. They make it an enjoyable experience to go to the dentist. Check them out, boisedentistryco.com. United Commercial Insurance, I'm actually working with them right now to expand our business insurance at Bronco Nation News, 229-8222, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. It's a local company in Boise, but they can help you out in 44 states around the country at United Commercial Insurance. They make business insurance easy. Ridley's Family Markets, shop Ridley's.com. Love the Ridley family. They're big supporters of Boise State Athletics. Check them out, shop Ridley's.com. 5 locations in the area, 13 in the state of Idaho to be exact. So check them out, shop Ridley's.com. Download their new app. And if you download the new app, you get huge savings up to 40%. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Free shipping, any order over $40 made online, or you can go into the Boise Town Square Mall there on the second floor, theblueandorangestore.com. And one of my favorite advertisers, good friend that I know this man knows very well, Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. Check him out, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Yet again, is Matt Bauscher, BauscherRealEstate.com. 243-8222. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. Check them out, BauscherRealEstate.com. And a happy belated birthday to Matt Bauscher yesterday, Bauscher Real Estate. We bring in our man, Chibuzo Agbo. There he is. You know him.
What's going on, BJ?
We appreciate you coming on, man. How's it going?
It's going well. How about you?
We're doing great, man, and we appreciate you taking some time here to jump on. We've been talking so much about the transfer portal and who's coming in and all this stuff and getting hyped up for next season. And we decided this week to kind of take a look back and a look forward, but to talk about the guys that are returning to the roster. So we talked already about Big Mo and Jace Whiting and Kobe Young and RJ Keene the last couple of days, and we're going to talk to you today and Max tomorrow and Tyson on Friday as we kind of get a look into you guys and how you felt the season went and then what you want to work on kind of moving forward. We got some questions from some fans. Hopefully you're cool taking a couple of those. But just recap year one as a Boise State Bronco for us, man. You come in from Texas Tech and obviously got off to a little bit of a slow start, but once you got past those first 2 or 3 games, you took off, man. Just how do you look back now that you had a couple weeks to kind of think about your first season with Boise State?
It was really fun. The guys welcomed me with open arms. It was a really easy team to kind of integrate myself into. Personally, for me, it kind of felt like a freshman year just because I never really got the opportunity to play, big minutes before. So this year just kind of felt like a year for me to build off of course. I'm already in the gym working on things that I wasn't that great at this year just so I can improve all around next year.
Well, what did it mean for you to get the role you've been looking for, get a chance to – I think you started 33 of the 34 games. I think senior night might have been the one you didn't start. I forget how it worked out. But to play as many minutes as you did, over 1,000 minutes, do what you did, get to play in the NCAA tournament game. I know you did that at Tech, I guess, technically. But just to finally have that starting role and be one of the key players on the team and have the freedom to kind of do what you want to do out there in terms of pulling up and letting it fly and stuff. And I'm sure you've been waiting for that for a long time. And that was probably a frustrating time at Texas Tech not getting to show that. What did it mean to get out there and score double figures and get to be the player that you can be?
Right. It meant everything. At Texas Tech, I was waiting for that, longing for it for 2 years. It also just goes to show, with the coaching staff, they really believed in me. Everything they said they were going to do for me when they recruited me, they did. And, I just feel grateful because a lot of guys don't make it out of the transfer portal. The grass isn't always greener, but I just found my spot.
Not to live up any of the negative moments for you. This is a positive show here, but your first game, you're so excited. Everyone can't wait to see you. South Dakota State, you foul out, you play 10 minutes, you don't score, and then you guys lose the game like that. How tough was that for the debut for you? And then you go to Myrtle Beach or the Washington State game. I think you had like 5 points, and Charlotte game 6. Those first 3 games obviously couldn't have gone much worse for you. But then against Loyola Chicago, you bust out for 24. And it was kind of off and running. I think you were in double figures every game except like 2 the rest of the season. What was kind of going on at the beginning of the year? Just nerves, or how do you explain kind of the slow start?
Just mentally realizing, I had the opportunity that I've been wanting for so long, and just want to maximize on it. A lot of it was mental from the start. But once I got past that, I feel like I was really just playing basketball, and I really got the opportunity to show what I can really do.
And it seemed like throughout the season, especially in that Loyola Chicago game, once you got going, it was hard to stop you. And it seemed like confidence was a big thing for you too, because we saw how nobody can get up there and block your shots. You can pretty much get your shot whenever you want it. How much for you is just rhythm and confidence? And when you see the first 1 or 2 go in, is it it's going to be a good day for you?
Right. Like I said, I feel like this year was just a freshman year for me. So I was learning a lot. And there was a point where I was in a shooting slump, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm a great shooter. I can shoot the ball. So after I just started thinking that one night, I just started shooting it well again. So I think a lot of the game was mental from the beginning for me. Definitely those first couple games were definitely mental, just trying to find my rhythm, find my confidence.
What did anyone? I know it's just you're some of it's God-given talent and your size, but your ability to get up so high on your shot and follow through so high where nobody can block your shot, was that just something that kind of happened, or did somebody work with you on that, and what kind of asset is that where really you can let it fly at any point? It's very rarely you're going to get blocked.
When I first started learning how to shoot, my coach, he wanted me to shoot like Kobe and get the ball way above my head. I guess kind of from there, I just started jumping high as well. My shot just developed into what it is. But it feels like a lot of times I could just get my shot off whenever I really want. And when I miss, it doesn't feel like it's a great contest most of the time.
Well, Chibuzo Agbo is our guest here on Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to build the channel here, like it as well. Again, double-digit score last year, 11.5 points per game. And one of the best three-point shooters in the Mountain West. 40. That's it's tough, man, when you shoot 40% from 3 and you make 66 and you're second on the team.
We were getting to it this year. Max was doing his thing. Deggy was doing his thing. We got some great guys coming back. And, everybody sees we got some new additions coming that are going to be great as well. So,
well, we got some we're taking some fan questions here. If you're cool with that, I'll moderate this so we'll make sure we pick the best ones here. Jared wants to know, what was the best adjustment or biggest adjustment for you coming to Boise State?
Um, I'd say it's just a whole new place, a whole new program. Learning with the coaches. It's a whole new coaching staff. So I feel like just the people around me was the biggest adjustment and making myself kind of fit in there. I wouldn't say it was hard. It just took a little bit for me figuring out, everybody's different personalities and things like that.
Now, Nate edited this. He said SEC, he meant Big 12, obviously coming from Tech. But how do the crowds and the atmospheres compare in the Mountain West from where you were in the Big 12?
Texas Tech definitely had just a crazy different fan base. That's definitely what they're known for. But I feel like Boise, as the year went on, our intensity just from the crowd got bigger and bigger, and more fans just started showing up. I think that's going to carry on from this year to next year too. So it feels like Boise State's love for basketball has just grown this year.
Did that surprise you at all? I mean, I don't know. You come to the Mountain West. I'm not sure if you're expecting arenas like at San Diego State and the New Mexico one. I would put up there with any arena in the Big 12, at least on that night. New Mexico, that place was crazy that night. You guys had some big ones as well. Were you expecting, it to be not the same? Were you surprised to see some of them be as crazy as they were? I mean, what were you thinking coming into the Mountain West?
I didn't have huge expectations for the crowd atmospheres, but definitely at home we had a couple good games where before the game, jump ball, I'm looking around, I'm like, wow, it's really loud in here. And obviously on the road, New Mexico, Utah State, place like that, SDSU, they really filled it up as well. So.
Jordan Morales from the Blue Collar Club chimed in with a hard-hitting question here. Legends like Drimick and Watkins played Pokemon. What does Buzo play?
I don't really play too many games. I'm more of like a Netflix person. I just like to binge watch shows and movies.
What are you watching right now? What's the hot show for you?
Have you seen Mindhunters?
Haven't seen that one, no.
It's a pretty good one. And Night Agent's good too.
Okay, I'm over on Apple TV right now. There's a couple good ones going on there, but
okay.
My wife and I are watching. Yeah, but what's the normal pregame ritual? Food, music. What gets you ready for a game?
I kind of switched it later this year, but I just take a really long nap. I like to sleep for a long time. I know usually people say that's not a good thing, but I'm so ready to play every time before a game. Like I don't even want to think. I just want to go to sleep. So when I wake up, it's game time. So sleep as long as I can. Wake up, take a shower, put my jersey on, get on team bus.
Yeah, and some of these 9 p.m. games, you got to take a nap there during the day. Alex wants to know your favorite restaurant in town.
Favorite restaurant? That's got to be. I usually eat at Del Taco all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Big Del Taco guy, and then I also like Burger Belly just because right off campus. And I'm a big shake guy, and they got good shakes.
But we're looking at last year, and we're also moving forward. And Jared does want to know kind of what areas you want to see improve in your game this next summer workouts with the coaches and stuff in the gym. What's going to be the emphasis for you going in next year?
All right, I feel like I've already made big improvements in my ball handling. Just get it real tight. I want to be by the time season comes, I want to have the ball on a string, being able to go anywhere I want to go anytime, not really thinking about it, as well as just getting to the basket. Like I said, me and Lex have been in the gym every day already working on it. I already feel like my body control in the air has just gotten so much better, my ability to finish around the rim. So, I feel like I've been a good shooter this year, and just having that to complement my game and all-around finish, I think is going to be great.
Perry wants to see some more 4-point plays next year. You guys, that one game was at UNLV, I think, where 2 plays in a row you got it. I mean, you missed one of the free throws, I think, but that was pretty crazy. Is that did that happen a lot in high school too, or I know you didn't play a ton at Tech, but I mean, and you probably should have had one, right? The ref, I think, even admitted it in the Northwestern game that you should have got fouled shooting the 3. But what is that? Just one of those things that you're not trying to get fouled, but when we talked about your shot, it's just going to happen sometimes, right?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I get up there and I feel like they're contesting me way too close. I have nowhere to land. So, if I feel like they're really, really close to me, I'll just fall, and it looks like they're hitting me most of the time because they are. So that's how it happens.
We got a question on here about the super team. I don't know if you saw it or not, but after the game, I talked to Coach Rice, in his office, 20 minutes after the Northwestern game, and he used the word super team, and he said, we're going to build a team here that's going to be a super team. And a lot of fans got excited about that and really got attached to that phrase. I know some fans maybe think differently when they hear super team, but I don't know if you heard that at the time or if you've heard that since, and I don't know what your thoughts are, but when you hear your head coach talk about wanting to build a super team here, and then you look at kind of what you guys have done in the transfer portal to this point, what's your reaction to that?
It feels good. It feels like we got everybody we wanted. We went 3 for 3 on our visits. We got some high-level talent guys along with, Coach Rice and Coach Burns. They all care about high character too, which I think really gives us the opportunity to be great. But, yeah, it looks like that's what it looks like. It looks like we're building a super team. We're stacked on every area.
I mean, is that contagious when you see some of the guys you're bringing in and coaches obviously got high expectations? This team's obviously made the tournament 2 years in a row. I mean, you see some of the guys coming in. I mean, does it get you pretty excited to get back in the gym there?
Oh, yeah, it gets me really excited, especially just for, playing during season's fun, but summer runs when you're just playing 5-on-5 with those guys, some of the best stuff ever. It's just really fun competing at a high level. It's nobody else really in there. It's just us going at it. So I can't wait for that too because it just makes the team better.
You got a high-level freshman class coming in as well. Sky's wanting to know if you've reached out to Andrew Meadows or Chris Lockett yet. And then he did say, does anybody whispering super team yet around Extra Mile Arena? But how well do you know the freshmen at all yet? And your thoughts on if you've heard much about those guys?
I met Chris. A lot of hype around him. He sounds really good. He won it was Gatorade Player of the Year in Louisiana. So I'm definitely excited to meet him. We've seen Andrew around a little bit. We've just seen he's doing his thing. I'm locked in on Twitter. I see all the retweets of him. I seen he had a 50-point game, so I think he's going to be really good too. And he's come to a couple of our away games, so we got to meet him a little bit. But they both seem like good guys, and I can't wait to meet them.
We got a question about Leon's dog Stella in the chat here. How about that? Stella making an appearance here. Besides Max and Kate, of course, which player is Stella's favorite, do you think?
I like to think it's me. I like to think the dogs like me the most.
Joel says, what made you pull the trigger? We're going back a year, but what made you pull the trigger on Boise State versus other opportunities? And if I remember right, you had 3 Mountain West schools on your list, New Mexico and I believe Nevada, right, were your final 3. When you, I don't know, going to the pit, man, seeing that crowd and stuff, and it's always kind of what could have been. But I mean, when you look at the decision you made, how it worked out, what you got to do, what I'm sure this is exactly what you envisioned, the way it worked out, and that's why you picked it. But what else kind of at the time made it the right spot for you?
Well, this time around, I didn't want to make any mistakes. I was a little bit older, a little bit less naive, and I knew trust played a lot into the factor of being recruited. Leon, Coach Rice, he knows a lot of people I knew. He had a great track record. Everybody I called, asked him about him, had great things to say. He's a man of his word, and he was going to treat you right, and he did 100%. So that was just a big part of it, knowing, I have time left, but I don't have too much time to play around and not make the right decision. So I picked somebody I trusted, and he treated me right.
We talk a lot about your outside shooting, your three-point shooting. You threw down a couple pretty nice dunks this year as well. Shane wants to know, can you dunk from the free throw line? And also, who's the best dunker on the team?
I cannot dunk from the free throw line. I think I'm a good athlete. I don't think I'm a freak athlete like that. The best dunker on the team definitely this year was Najee. He seemed like an old man sometimes. Then we get into warm-up lines. He just be throwing down some crazy dunks. So definitely Najee.
I don't know how much you got to interact with Omar Stanley on his visit, but we're hearing a lot of similarities between him and Najee Smith. Did you see some of that?
Yeah, I definitely did. He's definitely big, good wingspan, can play above the rim, a high energy guy, great character guy, just like Naj. So it seems like he really just came in to, kind of take his spot, replace his spot like I did for Abu kind of.
We saw, we saw a picture of a couple of you guys doing a camp, and you've been doing some things in the community and being out there a little vocal, doing this interview. I mean, that kind of came as last season went on. But now that you have last season kind of in the books, you know what to expect. You did the full season. Boise. The program. How much different do you think? We talk about the nerves and the jitters going into last season. How much more just confident and in yourself and knowing that you can play at this level and you've done it? Do you feel there's a lot of room, your game can take a big step up, going into your next year here?
Right. I have high expectations for myself coming in next year. Just because the work I've already put in and the work I'm going to put in, I feel like I'm very good at taking the things I've done in practice and just in my own workouts and translating them into games. So I think I'm definitely going to make a huge improvement.
I mean, I hate to bring it up, but I mean, you guys are still looking for that first tournament win. I know until it happens, it's going to be a storyline in Boise, but I mean, it was kind of the talk last year, but is that, obviously you want to win the Mountain West and get back to the tournament first, but I mean, is that going to be one of the things that you hope defines your legacy here at Boise State? I mean,
it's definitely going to be this year. I can feel it. With the guys coming in with the momentum we have from last year, it's just bound to happen this year. You know, people can quote me on that when it happens. I said it.
There you go. Bronco Nation News on April 26th, 2023. But, I mean, do you feel, it's hard for fans, media, whoever, we see highlights of some of these new guys coming in, don't really know them much, but we see I think Tyson would probably admit, and maybe he'll say it on Friday, that he thinks he obviously can shoot better from three at times than he did last year. I think having to play the five a lot probably impacted that. But we saw what Max did, and he's back for another year. I mentioned, we haven't even mentioned, Roddy Anderson, double-digit scorer, in the Big West. Cam Martin, an All-American at D2 level, playing for 2 years against Cam. I mean, that's six guys that would start on probably any Mountain West team. And then you talk about the freshmen coming in. You got Kobe and a lot of these guys, RJ, that are going to be contributors off the bench. Do you look around and say this? I know we were joking about the super team, but in terms of this just being a special team that can do some special things this year, do you look around and say, yeah, we should be pretty dang good?
Yeah, definitely. As these guys start committing, we're like, okay, you could see our whole roster coming together, as well as the guys we have coming back. Keenan, Kobe, very good players too. They didn't get the opportunity to really show it yet, but I think they definitely will next year as well. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's looking like we're really gonna have a super team.
So what's the final? You're finishing up classes, I guess, here in the next couple of weeks. It sounds like you're already in the gym some, and then you guys get a little break, right? You're going to go back home to San Diego, or what's kind of the plan for the next for the summer and the next few months here for you guys?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go home for a little bit, but I'm going to be in Boise most of the summer. I feel like the most important time for personal player improvement is right now, when you're not really doing too much team stuff and you really get the opportunity to lock in. Lex usually works me out, so me and Lex are going to be training. But I feel like it's just the biggest opportunity for personal growth right now. So I'm going to be in Boise most of the time just working out.
Well, man, it's going to be a fun year. Looking forward to it. We got more comments, more viewers for basketball shows compared to football than we've ever had, man. You guys are turning this into a legit, two-sport powerhouse here, and it's going to be fun to see what happens. And we got the big tournament in Orlando coming up. I think 5 of the 8 teams there were in the NCAA tournament, and then we'll see what Coach Burns and everybody puts together with the schedule this year. But should be a lot of fun. I know season ticket sales are already approaching a record again. So the X is going to be rocking this year, man. And I'm sure we'll catch up with you again this summer. But major thanks for doing this. Thanks to Nate Lowry for setting it up. And we really appreciate your time as always, man. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks, BJ. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Chibuzo. There he is, Chibuzo Agbo, nice enough to join us here on Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com. And again, thanks to Chibuzo and to Nate Lowry and Boise State for setting it up. And really good dude. I've enjoyed on the road, getting a chance to chat with him a little bit. And again, got off to a little bit of a slow start, but he was, arguably their best player by the end of the season. Did a great job there for Boise State down the stretch. And we, you look at what he did, shooting 40% from three, and some of the other things he talked about. Even he said he was in a slump at times. If he's able to put some of that stuff, limit the slumps a little bit. The sky is a limit for him, and I'm very excited to see where Chibuzo Agbo goes from here moving forward. I think he could have a huge year for Boise State. And you think about the improvements from Tyson and Max and the guys they're adding in. It's a very, very, very exciting time if you're a Boise State basketball fan moving forward to see what they can do. We confirm for Orlando yet. Boise State is in the Orlando tournament. Yes, the ESPN Events Invitational, I believe, is the title of that. And yeah, they're confirmed for that. We don't know much else about the schedule yet, but we will see. Hey, really cool opportunity that I'm involved in. I'm bringing, it was there's a thing that was started in another part of the country in St. Louis. They're bringing it to some other markets around the country. They've brought it to Boise. Joe Buck is one of the people behind this. He's one of the investors. It's an awesome concept. And I wanted to, we're trying to get some of these sold for Mother's Day, and I want to tell you about it because I think it's an awesome idea. I wish I could have done this with my grandma and grandpa. And here's Joe Buck talking about a new opportunity for you with Sound Story.
Mother's Day is coming up, and I have the perfect gift for you to give your mom this year. It's Sound Story. Hi, this is Joe Buck. Every year we try to come up with the best gift to show our moms how much we appreciate everything they've sacrificed and all they have done for our families. With Sound Story, you can give a gift that mom will love and the whole family will love as well. Sound Story gives you and your family, brothers, sisters, and or moms, grandchildren, whatever, the chance to tell stories of your childhood, your memories of the lessons your mom taught you, and the love she has given you. Sound Story is an hour-long interview conducted in person or via Zoom by your choice of BJ Rains, John Mallory, Mike Prater, or David McKenzie, and it couldn't be easier to purchase. Just go to mysoundstory.com, click on gift certificates, and present your mom with a gift on Mother's Day that she will treasure. And right now, all you have to do is enter promo code BNN15 to save 15% on your Mother's Day Sound Story gift card. Just go to mysoundstory.com and enter promo code BNN15 for 15% off your Mother's Day gift that she and your family will never forget.
I would give anything to be able to hear my grandpa or my grandma's, talk again and talk about their life and just hear their voice. And it's a really cool concept. And so we're going to have some fun with this. So you can do it one of two ways. You can interview your grandma or your grandpa, your mom or dad. You could interview them and then, have their, voice and life story on tape and in a professional recording studio and have a professional hour-long interview talking about their life that you can pass down from generation to generation and always be able to have that. Or you can, like for Mother's Day, maybe have you and your brothers and sisters record the interview of talking about your mom or about your dad and then present it to them and let them hear how much they mean to you. And then you have that on tape as well forever of you talking about the memories growing up with your mom and your dad and what that was like in your childhood. So they are a sponsor here, Bronco Nation News. I'm involved in it. John Mallory's involved with it. Mike Prater, David McKenzie, some of your favorite kind of local broadcasters. Some more names are going to be added to the mix here shortly as well. But I would love to sit down and chat with you and help tell your family's life story. And so I think it's a really cool thing for Mother's Day. You got to go to mysoundstory.com, and then you click on, it's kind of confusing and a little hard to find, but you scroll down to pick my interviewer, and then you click more or view all interviewers, and then you'll be able to see the rest of the interviewers pop up, and then you can see the way that you can click, whether it be myself or Mike Prater or John Mallory or David McKenzie. So just click view all interviewers once you scroll down, and then you'll scroll down and see us there. And you just pick a time. And again, BNN 15 gets you 15% off. We meet up for an hour. We go to a professional recording studio. You fill out a questionnaire so we kind of have an idea on what questions to ask and what topics. And we tell the life story, and it's a keepsake and a memory forever. So, again, it's a perfect Mother's Day gift, and we'd love to have you jump on board in the next couple of weeks. We have interviews available as early as tomorrow, and we would happy to do that in person. And if you're unable to be in person, if you're not in the Boise area, we can record them via Zoom as well, and the sound quality is just as good. So mysoundstory.com, and if you need any help figuring out how to do it, let us know, because there is a St. Louis version and there's a Boise version. So let us know if you have any trouble with that. We would love to help you out. BNN 15 gets you 15% off at mysoundstory.com. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. Sky saying this content is so damn good. You the man. We'll keep pushing people to get subscriptions to BNN. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Amy says going third straight early season tournament, or AMA 2811. Yeah, they are going to that tournament for sure. We just don't know who else it will be at this point. But we know who the teams are. I guess there's one team left from the MAC they haven't added. We don't know the rest of the schedule for Boise State at this point. So again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please tell your friends. I think the broadcasts the rest of the week are going to be YouTube only. So we'll have Max Rice live tomorrow and Tyson Degenhart live on Friday. So make sure 9 a.m. tomorrow you're back for Max Rice, and make sure 9 a.m. Friday you're back for Tyson Degenhart. Mike Prater will join me as well tomorrow. Jay Tust on Friday. We'll talk a little NFL draft as well. And then, as I said, we get right back into the it's funny you asked, Nate, when do we get Joe Buck on BNN? Joe Buck will be on BNN at some point, but we need to sell a couple of these sound stories. So if you're thinking about it, mysoundstory.com, it's worth every penny. It's a lifelong memory for your family. And we are working, and Joe Buck has agreed to come on the show at some point here in the next week or two. So we are going to make that happen. But it'd be nice to sell a couple sound stories and then be able to bring him on after that. So reach out to me if you have any other questions, email. Always taking ideas for show topics, for any questions you got, just email me at rains@bronconationnews.com. Constructive criticism, I'd love to have it. We're trying to improve the channel. Would love to know what you think and how we can make it better. And again, apologize for my voice. It's getting better, but still not perfect. hopefully tomorrow will be a little closer to perfect here with the voice, but working on it, still taking the gargling the salt water and drinking the lemon water and everything else, trying to get it going. So we appreciate you folks for hanging with us this week. And again, Max Rice tomorrow, Tyson Degenhart Friday, and then next week we'll start our off-season football series as well, as we look at some of the key topics facing the football team. So you want some football talk, you're going to get it. Boise State football talk starting Monday here at Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the website. I'll have a story up later today or this evening ranking the Boise State football players and their chances of getting drafted. Obviously, J.L. Skinner is going to have the highest chance, 100% chance probably, or 99.9. Then we'll rank the others below him in terms of what their order are in terms of what their chances are of getting drafted. So thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We're trying to make the push towards 3,000. Go support the sponsors. Book a sound story. Appreciate you for everything. And we will talk to you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We will have Max Rice joining us live, so don't miss that, 9 a.m. tomorrow. YouTube only, so come back on the YouTube channel. We're going to try to get off these Twitter broadcasts and make them YouTube and Facebook exclusive, and then straight YouTube here moving forward. So a lot of cool things in the works, some big announcements to come. We still have some foursomes left for the golf tournament as well. We just did announce earlier this week that some football players, DJ Schramm, Riley Smith, Keanohi Kaniho, Alexander Tubner, Jonah Dalmas, among the players that are playing in the golf tournament. We've also got Leon Rice, basketball coach Leon Rice committed, Tim Duryea, Mike Burns, David Moats, Michael Johnson. There's some other, Tyson Degenhart, RJ Keene. You got some former players as well with Tyler Rasa, Vinny Peretta, Winston Venable, Kent Riddle's going to be out there playing, Matt Bauscher. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to this. But we have some afternoon tea time still available. You get a shirt, you get a golf glove, you get all you can drink and eat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Donuts, we got bacon, bringing out bacon. We got all kinds of cool stuff. And I just announced the deal yesterday after the show. Dan from Paddles Up Poke, we agreed he's going to have some samplers and some fresh made poke boats out there. So if you want to come check that out, that's going to be awesome. And then Cutwater Spirits is going to have be set up at a hole with some samples of Cutwater. So it's going to be the tournament of the summer, and we hope you get part of it. Jump in now before it sells out. We have 3 hole sponsorships left as well. Only 3 hole sponsorships left. So if you're interested in sponsoring a hole, jump on in. But we have some afternoon tea times available, and we'd love to get you in before we sell out. BroncoNationNews.com/golf is the title there. So BroncoNationNews/golf. Somebody is asking about Chris Lockett and Andrew Meadow interviews. We will try to get them again. We've had them on already. We had them on when they signed. We had both those guys on, actually. I believe their first interviews since when they announced their commitments to Boise State. We had them on. So we'll try to get them on again, because once they get here in the summer, their schedule changes a little bit in terms of media availability and things like that. But we will try. It's a good call. We'll try to get those guys on again. But if you go search on our YouTube channel, we did have them both on at some point in the near future. So again, apologize for my voice. Thanks for hanging tough. Appreciate it. And thank you so much for all the comments. Bring your questions, bring your comments for Max Rice tomorrow, 9 a.m. If any news breaks, obviously throughout the day, we'll be back with a live show or a story on the site. But go check out BroncoNationNews.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and go support the sponsors. Have a great day. We appreciate it. It's beautiful outside. And we'll talk to you 9 a.m. tomorrow with Max Rice. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com.